Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In this video you're going to learn all about reported speech. So reported speech is what you do when you want to tell someone what someone else has said. And the key to mastering reported speech is backshifting. Now, what is backshifting? Well, if the speech was in the present simple, then the reported speech gets backshifted into the past simple. So you'll learn all about how to do that in this video, and I've also put together a backshifting cheat sheet which you can download for free from my website, and you'll find the link in the description down below. If you do find the video useful, please hit like, and why not subscribe if you'd like to see more. Let's get started. So we'll start with the direct speech. My name is Anna. Now notice how we use quotation marks in writing to show that speech is direct. Now if we want to change this to reported speech, she said that her name was Anna. Notice that I've put that in brackets. That is because that is optional. So you can say she said that her name was Anna, perfect. But you can also say she said her name was Anna, also perfect. You can also say she told me that her name was Anna. So you can see here we've got two reporting verbs. We've got say and tell. Now, there are many reporting verbs, but in this video, we're just going to look at say and tell because they're the most common ones. So let's take a closer look. She said her name was Anna. She told me her name was Anna. Notice that with tell, we use the object pronoun. We tell someone. So we say something and we tell someone something. She said me her name was Anna. Doesn't sound quite right, does it? It's not correct. We don't use the object pronoun with say. She said her name was Anna. Perfect. She told me her name was Anna. Perfect. Okay, so we can use say or tell. But if you're going to use tell, you need to use an object pronoun as well. So let's go back and look at the other changes. So the pronoun my, this changes to her. This is because when we report speech, it's a different person who's speaking, so we have to change the pronouns. Is. And here we use was. Now, so we've changed the tense as well. We've gone from present simple to past simple, or verb 1, as I call it for present simple, and verb 2 for past simple. Now, this is called backshifting. So take a look at the table here. You'll notice that the present tenses, present simple, present continuous, in reported speech, we backshift and they become past simple and past continuous. And then all these other tenses, the present perfect, simple and continuous, the past simple, past continuous, and the past perfect simple, past perfect continuous, all of these are reported using the past perfect tense, either simple or continuous. So it's really important to learn the past perfect tense for reported speech. Don't worry if you don't know the structure of the past perfect tense, because you're going to learn all the different structures throughout the video. Be going to for the future. This changes to was or were going to. So again, we're backshifting. Although it's a future tense, we're backshifting the verb to be into its past form. And the future tenses that use will, future simple, continuous and perfect, we change will to would. And don't forget to download your free backshifting cheat sheet from my website, englishwithm.com. It's very detailed. You've got examples for every tense there with all the different structures. So let's have a look at another present simple example. I live in Germany. So this is verb 1 for the present simple. And for the reported speech, we're going to backshift to verb 2. She said she lived in Germany, or she told me she lived in Germany. So we've got the pronoun change. I becomes she. And live, we backshift into the past, lived. Let's take a look at a negative example now. I don't want to go. So we've got verb 1 in the direct speech, don't want. And in reported speech, we backshift to the past simple. She said she didn't want to go, or she told me she didn't want to go. So we've changed our pronoun from I to she. And don't want backshifts into the past tense, didn't want. Let's take a look at the continuous form now. I'm cooking dinner now. So for the present continuous, we use the verb to be, am, is, or are, followed by ing. And for reported speech, we need to backshift to past continuous. So the verb to be goes into the past form, was or were, plus ing. She said she was cooking dinner then, or she told me she was cooking dinner then. So we're shifting our pronouns. I becomes she, and am cooking, we backshift, was cooking. Now you might have noticed that there's another difference here. Now becomes then. But why? This is because in reported speech, the adverbs need to change. Adverbs tell us when and where something happened. In reported speech, the location and the time are different from when the words were spoken, so we need to change the adverbs. These are some of the main adverb changes that we see. Now becomes then. Today, that day. Yesterday, the day before. Tomorrow, the following day or the next day. This week becomes that week. Last week becomes the week before. Next week, the following week or the next week. And here becomes there. There are some other changes that we need to make, and these actually happen as a result of, or they're related to the adverb changes. So we usually change come to go. That's because we say come here and go there. So it's a question of location. The place or the location has changed. We wouldn't say come there or go here. It just doesn't sound right. So come usually changes to go. This becomes that, and these become those. Now, this is because this and these are objects that are here, they are close to us. And that and those are objects that are there or far away from us. So as the location changes, we need to also make these changes in reported speech. Okay, so now we're into the present perfect. I have been to Japan. So the present perfect, you can see, we form with has or have and verb 3, V3. Now, verb 3 is the past participle or the third form of the verb. And And in reported speech, we need to change to the past perfect. And we form the past perfect with had plus the past participle, or verb 3. So it's actually very similar. We're simply changing has or have to had. She said she had been to Japan, or she told me that she had been to Japan. So we're changing the pronoun from I to she, and have been backshifts from present perfect to past perfect had been. Present perfect continuous. I haven't been waiting long. So here we've got has or have, followed by been, and then the verb with ing. Haven't been waiting. And we need to backshift this for reported speech to past perfect continuous, which is formed with had, been, and the verb with ing. He said he hadn't been waiting long, or he told me he hadn't been waiting long. So as always, we change our pronoun. I becomes he, and haven't been waiting, we backshift to hadn't been waiting. Okay, so next one, we've got past simple. We went to Spain last year. So this is the verb to, or the past simple form. And for reported speech, we're going to backshift to past perfect. So had plus the past participle. He said they had been to Spain the year before. We're changing our pronoun. We becomes they. Went, the past simple, gets backshifted to had been, past perfect. Now, this is funny. I mean, went, that's the past simple form of go. So why are we using had been and not had gone? So we've got go, went, gone. But we can also use been as a past participle of go. Now there is a difference. With gone, you go somewhere. Ian's gone to work. He'll be back at 6 p.m. He's still at work now. Okay, so when we use gone, somebody has gone somewhere and they are still in that place. They have not come back. With been, you go and you return. Ian's been to work today. He got home an hour ago. He's not at work now. So he has been and he has come back. So that's the difference between the two past participles. Past continuous. I was studying at 6 this morning. So past continuous, was or were, and then the verb with ing. And for the reported speech, we're going to backshift to the past perfect continuous. Had been plus ing. She said she had been studying at 6 that morning. So we're going to change our pronoun. I becomes she. Was studying backshifts to had been studying. And this morning, we change to that morning. Past perfect, I had lost my phone. Now, past perfect is quite simple in reported speech because, as you will see, we have had plus the past participle. And in backshifting, well, you can't shift any further back than past perfect. It is the furthest past that you can have. So past perfect is past perfect. It doesn't change. She told me she had lost her phone. So the pronouns change. Now in this case we've got to. We've got the subject pronoun I and the possessive pronoun my, and we have to change both of them. She and her, because it's not my phone, it's her phone. And had lost, past perfect, and it doesn't change, had lost. So when we report the past perfect tense, we don't make any changes to the tense, it's only the pronouns that we have to change. What about past perfect continuous? We had been waiting for hours. So had been and the verb with ing. In reported speech, usually we would backshift, but we can't backshift any further than past perfect, so we've still got past perfect continuous. He told me they had been waiting for hours. So we need to change our pronouns. We becomes they, but had been waiting does not change. Had been waiting, had been waiting. It's the same. Now we're on to the future with be going to. We are going to call you tomorrow. So we've got am, is, or are plus going to and the infinitive form of the verb, going to call. And in reported speech, we need to backshift. So we change the verb to be to the past form, was or were, plus going to, plus the infinitive. She told me they were going to call me the following day. So we change our pronouns. Here we've got two. We've got the subject we and the object you, and we need to change both of them. So we end up with they and me. And the tense are going to call, backshift, were going to call. So the only thing you need to change in terms of the tense with be going to is the form of the verb to be. Going to doesn't change, and you still use the infinitive, going to call. Now, here we've got tomorrow, and we need to change this to the following day. Future simple with will. I will make dinner now. So this is formed, as you can see, will plus the infinitive, will make. And in reported speech, we're going to change will to would, and it's still followed by the infinitive. He said he would make dinner then. So we change our pronoun, I becomes he, will make becomes would make. And we have to change our adverb now becomes then. Future continuous, also formed with will. I will be watching TV at 9. So future continuous is will be followed by the verb with ing, will be watching. And we're going to backshift, backshift? No, we don't backshift exactly, but we use would instead of will. So you can think of would as a past form of will, really. And in that sense, we're still backshifting. He said he would be watching TV at 9. So I becomes he, and will be watching becomes would be watching. Future perfect, which is also formed with will. I will have finished by 7. So will have, and then the past participle, the third form of the verb. And in reported speech, we use, instead of will have, would have. He said he would have finished by 7. So I becomes he, and will have finished becomes would have finished. For more reported speech resources, then take a look at my website and don't forget to download your free backshifting cheat sheet. You'll find the link in the description down below. If you did like this video, then please hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. See you in the next video.